Yo, what's up, guys? I know I've not been consistent posting. Please, you guys have to forgive me. It's not easy. Presently, I have my tables very full. I'm presently a fleet manager of a ride-share car rental company. And it's not been easy doing all that, having to manage a couple of vehicles, repairs, and the likes, and then being consistent with posting content on a weekly or regular basis. But I'll try my best to be consistent going forward, because there's a lot of information, a lot of observations that I would love to share with you guys on a daily basis, because being in this position right now is giving me a different view, a different perspective of how the ride sharing thing operates, how different drivers are able to maximize their profit and all those kind of things. Yeah, so somebody sent me his earnings for the week, and I was shocked. I was very shocked. This is we are presently in August. Last month was July, and once you are in August, the business goes a bit down. But then I was surprised that somebody was still making over 200,000 naira in a week. Driving the average reasonable hours of the week, in the day rather. And what I'm just trying to say with this is, I think this is a wake-up call. If you are staying into the e-hailing business, you have to switch to CNG, because that's the only way that it makes sense right now. Because making this kind of money that this guy made, if you buy petrol, there's no way it's going to spend less than 100 and something thousand naira on petrol, because the average amount spent on petrol in a day for most drivers is around 25 to 30,000 naira. So if you calculate that in a week, it's over 100,000 naira. So the best thing you can do right now, because myself, I'm in the CNG space. All 10 of our vehicles presently are operating on CNG, and I can see the difference. Like I earlier said in one of my videos, I used 3,000 naira fuel to drive from Lagos to Ibadan, whereas petrol would have been like between 15 to 20,000 naira. So we are approaching December, and we all know how December can be. If you are still on rental or you are on hire purchase, just, I don't know, seek ways to get the CNG, because when you get CNG, it's not an invasive component on a vehicle. It's something that you can take off. Let's say, for example, you are on rental and you discuss with the owner of the car that, oh, I want to put CNG in the vehicle if the person is using petrol. If the person agrees, you put your CNG. If December comes and you work hard, because December is the cash cow for this business. In December, people can make up to like 2 million naira or close to, in December alone, between December and the first week of January. So if you can maximize your profit that time, you too can be a car owner. From that rental in 2025, you can be a car owner in 2026. You don't have to be going for expensive cars. There are cars that you can buy for 2.5 million naira, for 3 million naira, that can do this business perfectly. Thank God that most of the apps recently dropped their year expectation to 2002. So there's no excuse. 2000, even 2000, yeah, 2000. InDriver accept 2000. Bolt accept 2000. You can buy a car that is like not too fancy. What these riders are concerned about is to get from one point to another. You don't have to be looking at all those big expensive cars in order to do this business. It's just to keep body and soul going while you figure out something better you can do, or thinking of a business you can establish. So guys, I know I've said some things in the past discouraging people from using CNG. I was wrong. I was totally wrong, because most of those incidents that have happened with CNG is either the installer used a substandard kit, or you used kits that were not recommended by the CNG professionals. We've seen cases where people use the regular cooking cylinders as the cylinders for the CNG. There was one case in Benin where there was a huge explosion because of using regular cooking gas cylinder for installation of CNG. So guys, that's just my advice. If you are still doing this business, if you are still a commercial driver, and you are thinking of maximizing profit in the ride sharing space, CNG is the way to go. 100%. There's no argument about it. There's a deliberate effort to frustrate petrol, to frustrate the price of petroleum products. So guys, that's just my own talk this morning. I wish you guys the best, and I hope you guys will all have a wonderful rest of the year. This year is almost coming to an end. It's a beautiful weather here in Ibadan. You know, the hills of Ibadan. Very beautiful place, I must say. The weather today is about 21 degrees, so it's quite cold. For a Nigerian man, it's quite cold. So guys, I'll see you guys in another one. Peace and stay safe.